Hey guys, how are you? It's Jose Fernandez with StudyREI.com. I'm so glad you have a minute tonight to stop by and watch this video, this short video that I've created. And congratulate you for making a decision to to learning more about real estate investing and changing your financial future, right? More than likely, you're getting started and learning more about this because you want to be able to fire your boss, become self-employed, uh, maybe become a millionaire, but most of the time, people want to become financially independent, and they've learned or they've been reading books and learned that by real estate investing is the quickest way, and by far, more millionaires have been created by investing in real estate. So that's why you're here. So before we get started into all the different strategies and business models behind real estate investing, I want to share with you a very simple concept that you may or may not be familiar with. And it changes by far. It is explains the different business models between the poor and the wealthy. As you see, assets, I just want to give you a quick definition of both of them, right? So assets are things that are making you money. For example, passive income that you're generating from an investment, a house, stock, bonds, mutual fund, anything like that. Anything that's generating income from your money. Liabilities are things that are taking away your money. Credit cards, car payments, anything that you have a monthly expense on, it's going to be called a liability. So that's what you see here. The poor and the middle class do things a little bit differently. Poor and middle class, what do? We go out there and save our money, go out and purchase the things that we want to purchase. But nowadays we have a little thing called credit cards, right? So instead of going out there and using that money that we save for, we use our credit cards, even though we may or may not have the money available. And at the end of the day, at the end of the month, you're going to have to pay those monthly expenses that the credit card companies call them bills, right? Then you have to go out there and continue to work to be able to pay for those expenses. And this is what Robert Kiyosaki has labeled the term the rat race, correct? So you have to work for 40 hours a week, sometimes more, to be able to go out there and pay your bills for the whole entire month. And becomes a never-ending cycle, right? So the older you get, the more liabilities and more expenses you have, right? Your family is growing, you have more debt, you buy a house, you buy this and you buy that, and all of a sudden you have a lot of expenses at the end of the month that you got to worry about. So that job becomes a very, very big part of your life. On the other hand, the wealthy and the rich, they do things a little bit differently. They go out there and use the money that they save and invest that in a business to create some income. So they may or may not have started with a business. They may have a W-2 job. They save their money and they go out there and create some sort of part-time business, right? They generate a lot of money. They generate money in that part-time business, and the money they generate there, they go out there and invest it in assets that are going to produce passive income. And this is a cycle that you can repeat as time goes on, being able to create enough money that way you don't ever need a job again. So there's two different mindsets, two different models, ways of thinking behind becoming financially independent. And in the past, before I was educated, I used to think that I needed $1 million in order to be able to become, or in order to be able to become financially independent or retire, right? How many people that you know have the same mindset, right? You probably heard this at some point in your life as well. But in reality, that $1 million to be able to save that $1 million is not very easy. At least it wasn't for me. I'm not sure about you, but for me it wasn't possible. At the short age, in my mid 20s, early 30s, when I decided to get started in real estate, right? So it wasn't possible for me to save that kind of money in a short amount of time. So it would be I would have to wait all the way till 60, 65, and hopefully be able to have a plan that's going to give me that $1 million, right? But the wealthy, they do things a little bit different. They use the money to invest in enough assets that's going to pay for their lifestyle. What do I mean by that? So they have expenses just like you and I, but they go out there and they use their money to invest in different assets that are going to give them enough money, passive income, to pay for those expenses. And the definition of financial freedom really means, in order for you to be paying all your expenses without having to go to work. So that way you have time freedom and also financial freedom, right? You can go out there and do whatever it is that you have with your time. So I hope this was very helpful to you. It certainly was to me when I learned the different concepts of the different business models behind the poor, what the poor and middle class do, and what the wealthy and the rich do. All right. So I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great day.